A warning before you listen.
What you are about to hear is not meant for children, nor for the faint of heart. This is an unfiltered retelling of ancient myths, told as they were born, raw, violent, unsoftened. Expect scenes of brutality, curses that linger, betrayals that reshape fate, and a hunger for power that shows no mercy. These myths were never meant to lull children to sleep. They were forged in blood, shadow, and fire. So ask yourself, are you ready to hear them as they were first told? Sources and references can be found in the episode description.
Finale. The epic of the Age of Silence between Tyranny and Thunder. No one knows his name, but the lightning has begun to split the sky. Inside the palace, nothing moves. The curtains hang limp like the skin of a woman who died standing. The throne is cold, like a coffin never sealed. The servants do not speak, they do not breathe. They look as though they've been painted onto the walls, not to live within them, but to witness their silence. Rhea sits by the window. She doesn't cry, she doesn't scream, she doesn't pray. She watches. She watches a breast that never nursed, and a scream that lodged itself in her rib and never found its way out. In her eyes, there is no question, only an absence, as if inside her a room stands hollow, and memory walks through it on bleeding feet. Cronus has made himself into a statue, one that refuses to fall, a king seated atop ruin who believes silence is victory. But elsewhere, in a place the palace cannot reach, a place untouched by its shadow, in a pit that has never seen daylight, something else is growing. Not a child, not an angel, not a hero, but a promise, a breath still held in the dark, a name not yet spoken, but rehearsed in the echoes of the wind, a name not told aloud, but heard in the crackle of stone when it senses the cave is waking. Down there in the bowels of the earth, nature was not creating life. She was preparing revenge, and in the sky, a tear appeared. Not a simple bolt of lightning, but a slap. The first strike against a king who thought time walked where he walked. No one said the name. No one knew who he was. But every breeze that passed over the cave's mouth bowed. Every grain of mountain dust readied itself to rise. And in the end, the palace remained unchanged. But in the cave, lightning was not being born. It was simply remembering its name. This chapter of the epic has come to an end, but remember, what you've just heard is not a record of facts, but the echo of a myth, a story born from the imagination of the ancients, etched into the long memory of humankind. If this tale stirred something in you, if it opened a door to reflection or wonder, don't forget to support the channel and share the journey with those you love. And in the comments, tell us, which moment in this chapter struck you the most and why? We'll meet again in the next chapter of this audio odyssey through time. Until then, farewell.